like the execution, focus. I was very, very pleased with the way we practiced. I hope we can carry it over to Saturday. That's for sure.
You felt pretty good about this week. I mean, just in general.
We've practiced. We're learning to practice. We're learning how to take care of what we're supposed to take care of on a daily basis. And we're having fun. The kids are smiling. They're bouncing around. We're getting our work done at the same time and not having the repeats and the things that you have. Is you can see them growing, and hopefully we'll be able to continue to carry that to the field.
Will you go with Austin at center again, or are you gonna work Brian back in?
Yeah, I mean Brian can be ready, but we'll probably go with Austin to start.
What about Spurlock? Will he be just kind of
He can be ready if he has to. He hasn't played in a while. We got to give him, but he's had a good week, pretty decent week of practice for what he's done, so he could be available.
Even if they don't start, it's got to be comforting to have a couple veteran guys.
There's no doubt. And when those something gets tweaked or turned, or you need guys in there, and guys at least went in the games and played before and done very well. Yes, sir.
It's kind of the one place you didn't have experience early on, and now you've
that's the thing about
forced
injuries.
to have one.
That's the thing about injuries. In hindsight, if you can find ways to get through it, and you can find ways to battle through it, in hindsight, it can make you deeper and make you better.
You tell this week maybe the guys really did handle the emotion of it being Miami week pretty well.
Yeah, they've done. They've treated, I'll say they've come and practiced well and seem to have kept things really in check. And like I say, those emotions are all great. But after a while, that wears off. And then execution and your fundamentals and who you are is going to have to come out. And hopefully, we're ready for that. Yeah, looks like he practiced today, and looks like he'll go.
Has it been a little extra confidence to Austin after playing in the game on?
I hope so. I mean, at least he's went out there and done it, and I think he knows in his mind. I hope so. And the thing about it is, sometimes don't put too much into it that needs to be out there. Sometimes you think, all right, it's my next start. I got to just do the same thing you did last time. Go out there and play well, and just keep it clean and simple and play.
Good week of practice for him.
Yeah, actually has been. Has been a very solid week for him.
Do you pay any extra attention to somebody like Devontae, who's from down there, and this is his first time in this game?
I tell him that all the time. I kind of judge that. I don't see anything coming from that. But, that's something you always got to keep an eye on because those kids grow up like that. I can see where you're coming from with that, but I don't sense that anyway.
It's kind of unusual. The kids, a lot of the South Florida kids we have are more reserved kind of kids anyway. They play their high school football down there.
Yeah.
I mean, Devontae's not a big boisterous guy, and
no,
and Rashad, even though I know he's not from there, but he plays down there, he's a quiet kid.
Yeah, he really is. That's a good point. I never thought of it that way, but you're right. You're right.
The fact that the offense you guys offensively haven't had to really respond to being down in a while or trading scores in a while. Does that? Those are things like we talk about. Do you guys ever think about that?
I mean, that's just competing in the game. Hopefully, you're ready to compete, and compete early in the game and do well and do it. We'll see. Hopefully, don't have that.
You like it the other way.
Well, it's like them too. It's also the pressure of getting stops. You got to look at that two ways. It's the pressure of getting quality stops when the other team's doing it too, because you're playing from ahead on the other side too. That can be flipped in two different ways. And can you get quality stops when you have to have quality stops when the game's in line? So, I mean, from both sides of that avenue, that's a two-way street.
Jimbo, you all weren't getting off the field on third down during that 3-game stretch, but a lot of it was self-inflicted, not getting off the field.
And some of that was some penalties, and others we weren't covering well at times for pressure.
My point is, it seems like you've cleaned up a lot of that. Somebody may execute well and make a play to convert.
We're trying to emphasize those situations a lot more and trying to strategize them and bring them in practice and maybe be a little more multiple in what we're trying to do and those types of things. Yes, and understanding the importance of how big a third down play can be. Because a third down play can cost you 10 plays in the wrong direction. It can be 10 good ones for you if you got the ball or give them 10 bad ones on the other way.
And
it's like making an error in baseball. Get off the field.
That's important regardless of the level of the opponent you're playing.
I don't care who it is. I mean, guys, you can get turnovers, penalties, big plays, third down conversions, red zone. You can draw it up all you want, and we can smooth it up and put it in a pot and how this is going. But it all comes down to those situations and playing situational smart football.